this is Kimberly Franklin, and we're going to discuss Chapter 1, which is on accounting concepts and procedures. We're going to talk about the concept checks. It's at the end of the chapter. It's on page 30. This first one on classifying accounts, I'll try to explain what each one, how all of this works. A computer tablet, which we're talking about an iPad, a Nook, what have you, that would be considered an asset, which would be considered office equipment. Accounts payable is a liability because that is something that is owed to, say, your supplier. The next item, accounts receivable, is an asset. It's something that you're expecting to receive from your customer. Cash is an asset. That goes without saying. At least I think so. The next one is A. Jones Capital. That is owner's equity, and that would be established with the initial investment in the company. And then the last item, Verizon cell phone, that would be an asset. That would be considered office equipment, and we're talking about the actual phone itself, like this. The next exercise is the accounting equation, which is what we spoke about, the assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity. The item in A, the rights to creditors, I think that's a typo. I contacted the publisher to see if that is indeed a typo. But anyway, the first item is I think it should be rights to the owners. That would be owner's equity. The next item is our total value of items owned by a business. That would be an asset. And is an unwritten promise to pay the creditor. That would be considered a liability. And so we're going to stop this session at this time, and I will continue on in a few moments. Thank you. Hello again. We're going to continue on with the rest of these assignments on page 31. We're going to talk about the balance sheet. There are 4 items on here, and the instructions are for the following: calculate what would be the total of the assets on the balance sheet. Now the items are B. Fleece capital, computer equipment, accounts payable, and cash. Now the correct answer would be $55,000. That would be computer equipment, which is $21,000. That's an asset. And cash, which is $34,000. B. Fleece capital would not be a part of this because that is part of owner's equity. And accounts payable would not be a part of that because it is liability. So the next item that we are going to talk about briefly is at the bottom of the page, is on preparing financial statements. And the instructions are: indicate whether the following items would appear on the income statement, which is IS, statement of owner's equity, OE, or the balance sheet, BS. Pardon that. So the first item is tutoring fees earned. Now, if that is considered revenue, that would go on the income statement. Usually, if it's anything earned, fees or consulting or what have you, anything that ends in earned will be considered revenue. The next item is office equipment. That is an asset, so that would appear on the balance sheet. Accounts receivable is also considered an asset. It would appear on the balance sheet. Office supplies is an asset, so it would appear on the balance sheet. Legal fees earned, again, if it ends in earned, it should be considered revenue, so therefore that would appear on the income statement. And so that would help with the Chapter 1 items. You will have assignments on Blackboard and on My Accounting Lab, so stay tuned for that. Thank you.